What's happening, Puff? I'll be back to you if JD ain't had enough. Yeah? Jermaine Dupri, king of the pals, if you ask me.
The recent developments surrounding Diddy's alleged actions are escalating rapidly. Reports have emerged indicating that Katt Williams revealed disturbing allegations involving Diddy and Jermaine Dupri. Allegedly, they were involved in the exploitation of young male artists, including Kris Kross, one of whose members, Chris "McDaddy" Kelly, tragically passed away from an overdose in 2013. Speculation suggests that Kelly's substance use issues might have been triggered by traumatic experiences during his time as a child star. Sadly, these distressing narratives are not uncommon in Hollywood. Many former child stars, such as Orlando Brown, Jeanette Mercer, Corey Feldman, Amanda Bynes, and numerous others, have faced similar struggles, falling prey to exploitation and enduring traumatic experiences that led them down paths of addiction and personal turmoil. The recent resurgence of allegations surrounding Jermaine Dupri and Kris Kross isn't entirely novel. However, a recently resurfaced video featuring Katt Williams calling out both Diddy and Jermaine has reignited discussions among fans. Some have begun to assert that the entire entertainment industry may have foundations rooted in mistreatment. The pressing questions remain: what exactly did Katt Williams reveal about Jermaine Dupri and Diddy? Additionally, was Chris "McDaddy" Kelly's overdose truly linked to the trauma he experienced during his time with Kris Kross? To provide context, Kris Kross skyrocketed to immense success as a hip-hop duo when they were merely 12 and 13 years old. Jermaine Dupri discovered Chris "McDaddy" Kelly and Chris "Daddy Mac" Smith in 1991, and within a year, they exploded onto the music scene with their colossal hit, Jump. The song became an absolute sensation, dominating the Billboard Hot 100 chart for an impressive stretch of 8 consecutive weeks and earning double platinum status as a single. Kris Kross followed this triumph with the release of 3 studio albums, all under the guidance of Jermaine Dupri, achieving remarkable commercial success. Their debut album, Totally Crossed Out, soared to multi-platinum status, while their subsequent 2 albums attained platinum and gold certifications respectively. Undeniably, Jermaine Dupri exhibited an exceptional knack for spotting and nurturing talent. It was through his guidance that Kris Kross emerged as the most successful and youngest musical act of the early 1990s. However, beyond this tale of success lies another facet of the story, particularly poignant after the tragic passing of Chris "McDaddy" Kelly due to an overdose in 2013. Troubling rumors began circulating, suggesting that the boys might have been influenced and potentially subjected to exploitation during the early stages of their careers. On April 29, 2013, Chris was discovered unconscious in his Atlanta residence and was swiftly transported to the hospital. Unfortunately, he passed away 2 days later at the age of 34. Subsequently, Chris's family informed the authorities about his extensive history of substance use. The day following Chris's tragic incident, Jermaine Dupri penned a letter addressed to the fans. In it, he expressed heartfelt sentiments, referring to Chris Kelly as a son he never had. He shared that while to the world, Chris Kelly was known as McDaddy. To him, Chris was akin to the son he never had. Jermaine reflected on the time spent with Chris and emphasized that he had spent more time with both Chris's than with almost anyone else in his entire life. The pain from this loss is truly profound. However, in 2018, during Jermaine's appearance on Vlad TV, fans found his response to questions about Chris's tragedy somewhat peculiar. He appeared uncertain about Chris's exact age at the time of his passing and seemed visibly uneasy when questioned about his ongoing connection with Chris. Jermaine mentioned that one of the members passed away not immediately afterward, but several years later at a relatively young age. When asked about whether he foresaw this happening or if they were still in touch, Jermaine expressed surprise, stating that he hadn't anticipated the tragic event and that they had just celebrated the 20th anniversary together. It appeared that discussions about potential touring and future endeavors had just commenced after their 20th anniversary celebrations. However, it's crucial to clarify that this doesn't imply Jermaine's involvement in Chris's circumstances. Despite this, persistent rumors continued to circulate. Fans delved into past interviews of Kris Kross from the early 90s, highlighting observations that in their initial media appearances when Kris Kross initially gained fame, Chris Kelly exuded a lively, amiable demeanor with abundant smiles. However, as time passed, a noticeable shift occurred. In subsequent interviews, Kris seemed markedly different, appearing despondent and troubled. He expressed sentiments about friends from school, some being envious while others idolized him, expressing desires to emulate Kris Kross's success and start their own musical groups, seeking Kris's support. Fans' sentiments reflect a widespread perception of the distress evident in Kris Kross's demeanor during their time in the limelight. The persistent rumors linking Jermaine Dupri to potential wrongdoing against Kris Kross, or allowing such actions within the industry, continued for years following Kris Kelly's tragic passing. At one juncture, Jermaine confronted these allegations and responded sharply to a fan's comment on a now-deleted Instagram post. The fan alluded to an incident from 17 years prior, mentioning Kris Kross's lawsuit, which was won but kept out of public knowledge. Nevertheless, Jermaine swiftly retaliated, stating, "You must be out of your mind! I could sue you for posting this disrespectful comment on my page! Get out of here!" However, it's essential to note that none of these incidents serve as concrete evidence that Jermaine mistreated the Kris Kross boys. These allegations often arise in scenarios where young artists are mentored by older, influential figures in the industry. While it's a common rumor, it lacks substantiated proof. However, this particular rumor persisted partly due to Katt Williams publicly referring to Jermaine with a derogatory term back in 2011. In a surfaced video, Katt Williams unleashed freestyle insults targeting several individuals, including Diddy, Jermaine, and Steve Harvey. Williams addressed Jermaine, using derogatory language and referring to him as the King of Peas. Yet despite what Katt labeled Jermaine, he never publicly responded to Katt's comments or threatened legal action against him, unlike his reaction to that anonymous fan on Instagram. However, many perceived Katt Williams as possibly under the influence during the recording, leading most people to dismiss his remarks as not to be taken seriously. Jermaine may have deemed it unworthy of a response. However, the narrative took a different turn when Bow Wow, also mentored by Jermaine since the age of 11, added further momentum to these rumors in 2018. In a tweet, Bow Wow put out a message directed at Jermaine Dupri. Given the recent claims about Diddy's alleged trafficking of his artists, fans are beginning to cast a skeptical eye toward various powerful and influential figures in the industry. Notably, Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, disclosed witnessing Diddy express intentions to hook members of Danity Kane on substance and exploit them. Deal recounted an incident where Diddy openly discussed influencing and exploiting them for his own gain. Cassie, in a significant part of her lawsuit against Diddy, accused him of engaging in trafficking, alleging that he coerced her into encounters with male individuals, potentially under his direction. Fans are now speculating that even if Jermaine Dupri himself didn't directly mistreat the Kris Kross boys, he might have exposed them to distressing situations or environments within the industry. They shouldn't have been exposed to such things at that young age, much like the incidents involving Usher, Puffy's Flavor Camp, and similar scenarios. Adding to these concerns are assertions from certain industry sources alleging that Jada Pinkett Smith took advantage of Kris Kelly when he was around 14 or 15 years old. These claims originated from John Dillinger, who collaborated closely with Tupac and contributed to the production of the album All Eyes on Me. In a 2021 interview, Dillinger asserted that Jada had an involvement with Kris Kelly back in 1993. According to Dillinger, Jada was entangling with Kris Kelly while Kris Kross was present in the room. He mentioned a scenario where Kris Kross was advised by someone that Jada Pinkett was at the door and instructed them to stay, offering them weed to relax. Later, the person returned, confirming that it was indeed Jada Pinkett, leaving the group surprised due to Jada's presence at a young age. It's essential to note Jaguar Wright's assertions, mentioning that she heard accounts of several young men running away, terrified from Jada and Will Smith's residence during their mentorship. Wright alleged that both Jada and Will are bisexual and engage in peculiar activities within their home, prompting young men to flee their mentorship. She specifically mentioned Meek Mills and Bryshire Y. Gray leaving the house in distress. In light of these claims, fans are now suggesting that even if Jermaine Dupri didn't physically harm Kris Kross, he should have shielded them from the industry's darker aspects. Particularly considering his statement that Kris was akin to a son to him, fans believe Jermaine should have provided protection from the potential dangers pervasive in the entertainment industry. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.